You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. Hello and welcome. My name's Nicholas Callis. A great matchup in today's game. The New York Yankees are playing the Minnesota Twins at the home of the Twins' Target Field. Josh Donaldson, one of the AL's best hitters, going up against one of the best strikeout pitchers in baseball, Gerrit Cole. But before we talk about Gerrit Cole, we'll talk about his mound opponent, Jake Odorizzi. Has the second most wins in the American League with 8. And his strikeout total is good for 5th best in the American League. 8-2 in 15 starts, and his earned run average very respectable at a 278 entering play. And he'll face DJ LeMahieu to lead off the ball game. LeMahieu with a 330 average, 16 home runs, and 56 RBIs. He was a consistent hitter with the Colorado Rockies when he played there from 2012 to 2018, but when he came to New York and his production was being questioned, he put everybody, all of those debates to rest. Now the Minnesota Twins as a team, 53-23, they're first in the AL Central. They're one of 2 teams in all of Major League Baseball that have 50 wins to this point in the season. The Los Angeles Dodgers are the other team, they're at 50. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Jake Odorizzi, a former Tampa Bay Ray, has done well since coming to the Twins, has helped their team win the division last season. And this season he's putting up stellar numbers. So the pitching matchup's pretty good, Jake Odorizzi against Gerrit Cole, but also these offenses, the collective offenses, are 2 of the best in all of Major League Baseball. Counts even 2-2. The Yankees have the second best team batting average in Major League Baseball with a 283 team average. The Twins are 5th best with a 277. On the ground toward the right side, there's Arias. Throws off line. Sano got pulled off the base. And DJ LeMahieu reaches first base. So an error starts the ball game and allows the Yankees to get a base runner. So Arias with a pretty standard play here. He wasn't rushing his throw either, which is surprising that it wasn't accurate. But LeMahieu on first, and Aaron Judge is stepping up to the plate. Judge, a 326 hitter with 9 home runs and 31 RBIs. He hasn't played the full season. He came off the injured list about a month ago, but ever since he came back, he's been a consistent starter in the Yankees lineup and been producing to the expectations that have been put on him. Counts 0-1. But back to the team comparisons, the Yankees have the most hits as a team in the MLB with 752. The Twins have the 5th most hits with 725.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Now here are the 2 statistics that are pretty cool to look at as well. The home run leader in Major League Baseball. The team home run leader is the Minnesota Twins with 140. The Yankees have the second most home runs in Major League Baseball with 129. The Twins also have the most RBIs as a team with 433, and the Yankees the second most RBIs with 423. Two established veterans on the mound and 2 teams that know how to produce runs. And speaking of producing runs, Aaron Judge has just given the Yankees the lead. That ball was on a line drive to left, and it just kept sailing. Judge has 10 home runs on the year now. The Yankees strike first early. It's 2-0. Didn't have too much of an arc. It was a line drive. It hit the second deck. That ball stayed in the second deck. I couldn't even see. Now here's Gleyber Torres, 242 hitter entering play, 19 home runs and 52 RBIs. Torres, a former prospect with the Chicago Cubs, got traded to the Yankees in the middle of the 2016 season, made his debut in 2018. He's been a starting middle infielder ever since, but ever since last year, he was a consistent starting shortstop. Didi Gregorius had some injury troubles last season, so
off the plate, ball one.
That made Torres go from second to shortstop. Now Gregorius is on the Phillies. The Yankees didn't pick up a new contract for Gregorius in the offseason, so the Yankees without him, and so far they're still succeeding. They're at the top of the AL East. Here's the starting lineup for the New York Yankees. No name unfamiliar from last season, but Miguel Andujar in the 6th spot has turned a lot of heads this season. He's almost sure to be an all-star unless he puts up catastrophic numbers from now until mid-July. But we'll talk about him more when he comes up to bat. Here's Giancarlo Stanton to the plate. Stanton, a .271 hitter entering play. Playing left field for the Yankees. Stanton been playing left field more consistently since Andujar came back from the injured list. Andujar has been doing more designated hitting, and Gio Urshela has been the third baseman. As Stanton strikes out there, that's out number 2. So Odorizzi rebounds, got a pop out from Gleyber Torres, and just struck out Giancarlo Stanton. So now here's Gary Sanchez with 2 outs. The base is empty, and the Yankees with 2 runs in. On the ground toward the middle, and the shift helps the Twins, but a bobble. And Sanchez will reach. Arias with his 2nd error of the inning. Another break for the Yankees. Arias made an error to lead off the inning when DJ LeMahieu hit a ground ball to him. He threw offline to first base, then Judge hit the 2-run home run. Odorizzi just giving up 1 earned run out of the 2 that scored, but Arias just made his 2nd error of the inning there, allowing Sanchez to reach, and Miguel Andujar will get to bat. And this isn't a bat you typically want to face, but in this instance he gets out. Polanco steps on the bag. Forced out at second is Sanchez. That ends the top of the 1st. But an error and a home run allow the Yankees to get a 2-run lead after a half inning. Going to the bottom of the 1st, it's the Yankees 2 and the Twins coming to bat. On the mound, the highest paid free agent in Major League Baseball history for pitchers. It's Garrett Cole, 6-3 record in 15 starts, has an ERA of .344. Also has struck out the most batters in the American League with 127. Garrett Cole on a 9-year, $324 million contract, signed with the Yankees this past offseason. Former Pittsburgh Pirate and Houston Astro. Now at the helm of the Yankees rotation. There's a lot of fear coming from what the Yankees rotation will look like when Luis Severino comes back. They'll have Cole, Tanaka, Paxton, and Severino all in the same rotation, and pair that with their feared offensive lineup. And for years to come, they're pretty set. One ball, one strike count. Of course, the Yankees also projected by many to win the World Series this season. They've had their struggles, though, this year. Garrett Cole, though he leads the American League in strikeouts, he hasn't been lights out this season, and there's an example of that. Garrett Cole's been bitten by the long ball most of this season, and the first batter he faces in this game takes him deep. It's Max Kepler with a solo home run of 407 feet out to center, and the Twins immediately cut the Yankee lead in half. It's 2-1. Well, let's take a look at this pitch. It was over the inside half of the plate. It's another line drive home run. Aaron Judge's home run was also a line drive, and look, Cole knew it. It was struck well and goes over the wall. Now here's Jorge Polanco. Polanco at 298, hitter entering play, the shortstop of the Twins, and he's a switch hitter batting from the left side. No ball, one strike count. Cole, 3 pitches into the game, gave up a home run. And more specifically, 3 pitches into his outing, but it's a 2-1 score. This is not unexpected either from two teams that are renowned for their ability to produce runs and hit long balls. As mentioned before, the Twins have the most RBIs as a team in Major League Baseball. The Yankees have the second most, and the Twins lead baseball in home runs. The Yankees have the second most home runs as a team in Major League Baseball. This is an even pitching matchup as well, but the offense is shining early. It's fouled off. Count still even 2-2. Cole, a former first-round draft pick of the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2011, made his debut with Pittsburgh in 2013. That's out to left field. Stanton seems to have a play. He makes the catch. And that's one out in the bottom of the first. And with that, we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Familiar faces in this lineup, too, from last season, but their newest addition, Josh Donaldson, playing third base and batting cleanup. Also, Alex Avila is the new starting catcher ever since Mitch Garver got traded to the Dodgers a little over a month ago. There's Nelson Cruz up to the plate. Cruz, a .271 hitter. Still hitting long balls. And he is a league leader in home runs. He's tied for 7th with Yohan Moncada with 21 home runs on the American League leaderboard. And he and Josh Donaldson are batting back-to-back in this lineup. Donaldson is 4th best in the AL in home runs with 24. And it's 3-0. Garrett Cole pitching to Nelson Cruz. Cruz, a former Milwaukee Brewer, Texas Ranger, Baltimore Oriole, Seattle Mariner. And in his second season now with the Twins. 3-ball, no strike count. Right down the middle. 3-1. Cole throwing 97 miles per hour. In Pittsburgh, he struggled. The Pirates had a one-size-fits-all pitching strategy. But when he went to Houston, Cole was able to pitch his own game, and with that, struck out 326 batters in one season, set a Houston Astros franchise record. He really blossomed in Houston. Count still full, 3-2 on Cruz. Grounded left side right into the shift, and Torres has a routine play, throws to Voit. There are now 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. So with that, Josh Donaldson is coming up to the plate. Donaldson, a .315 hitter with 24 home runs and 62 RBIs. He's tied for the 5th best on-base percentage in the American League. He's on top of a few leaderboards in the AL. As mentioned before, he's 4th best with 24 home runs. And there's a 3-way tie for first. J.D. Martinez, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and Justin Upton all have 25 home runs. Donaldson on the ground left side right into the shift. Urshela to Voit. That ends the bottom of the first inning. But Max Kepler, in the first at bat for the Twins in this game, hits a solo home run off Garrett Cole. And after a full inning, it's the Yankees 2 and the Twins 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Luke Voit coming up to the plate. Bottom of the Yankees order due up. So Luke Voit, Brett Gardner, and Gio Urshela all coming to bat this half inning. Jake Odorizzi on the mound. 18 pitches thrown in that first inning. The defense didn't help him out too much. Luis Arias made an error when DJ LeMahieu hit a ground ball to him to open up the first inning.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And after LeMahieu reached, Aaron Judge hit a home run, scored both of them. And Arias made another error, which forced Odorizzi to pitch to Miguel Andujar. But 6 batters faced in 18 pitches thrown in the first inning. Odorizzi now pitching in the second to the bottom of the Yankees order.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now Luke Voit at the plate, a former St. Louis Cardinal. Was traded to the Yankees in the middle of the 2018 season. And the Yankees needed a solid first baseman, and Voit exceeded expectations right away. But he strikes out in that at bat. Odorizzi got him to chase up the ladder. Watch this pitch, just an elevated fastball. A little lower than eye level. Voit thought he could handle it, but he could not. So 1 out, bases empty, and here's Brett Gardner. Gardner, the longest tenured Yankee still on the team. He made his debut with the Yankees in 2009 and was the starting center fielder for their World Series champion team. Over the years, he's grown into less of a speed threat and more of a power threat. He's also on a 10-game hitting streak entering play. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch inside, counts 2-1. Gardner just had a renewed contract this past offseason. Signed a 1-year deal with the Yankees, so still here. Looking to stay valuable. He started the year out in center field and continues to play center field just because the Yankees have so much talent on the team. The starting spots are becoming harder to figure out for Aaron Boone and the Yankees management. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. Inside, counts full, 3-2. But Aaron Hicks was injured to begin the season. And so Giancarlo Stanton consistently played left while Gardner shifted from left to center. Gio Urshela remained at third, but that allowed Miguel Andujar, with Stanton playing the outfield, to be the designated hitter, and Andujar's been doing so well. The Yankees haven't taken him out of the lineup, even though Hicks has been activated. So Gardner and Hicks are platooning as center fielders. They're splitting time out there now, splitting start time. But Andujar remains in the lineup, so does Urshela. And the Yankees continue to have a problem of too much depth, which really isn't a problem. Or if it is a problem, it's a good one to have. So Gardner walks with 1 out. He's on first. It's the top of the second inning, and the number 9 hitter in the Yankees order is stepping up to the plate. Gio Urshela, 273 hitter with 17 home runs and 48 RBIs entering play. Urshela was once a utility infielder with the Cleveland Indians. Spent a short amount of time with the Blue Jays as Gardner ran, and that ball's hit out to right field. That'll go foul. It counts 0-1. But Urshela played for the Blue Jays for a short period of time before getting traded to the Yankees. Before the 2019 season started, he was acquired to fill Miguel Andujar's role at third base. Avila's thrown out to second. Gardner tagged out by Arias. Gardner with a late jump. Almost beat it, but Avila with a strong throw from his knees. And Gardner caught. It's now 2 outs in the top of the second inning, but Urshela was acquired by the Yankees to fill a role at third base, one that Miguel Andujar left vacant after he got hurt. Andujar spent most of the 2019 season on the injured list. But now that Andujar's back in producing and Urshela's back in producing,
2 balls, 2 strikes.
the starting jobs are not so clear. And it's not because there's a lack of production from the players, but because there's too much production from everybody on the team. On the ground and foul. Count still 2-2 on Urshela, the third baseman of the Yankees. Jake Odorizzi coming up on 40 pitches now. He's at 36, and that's up the middle. Urshela's got himself a 2-out single. on a sharp ground ball up the middle.
Now that's second baseman, DJ LeMay.
So with 2 outs and a runner on first, DJ LeMahieu comes up to the plate as the Yankees' top of the order resurfaces. LeMahieu 0 for 1 officially, but he reached on an error by Luis Arias last inning. Jake Odorizzi hasn't pitched poorly, but the Yankees have been making him work, and after a couple errors, he was forced to throw a few more pitches than he should have been throwing. Counts 2 balls and no strikes on the former Chicago Cub, Colorado Rocky, and now New York Yankee. LeMahieu made his debut with the Cubs in 2011. Played the bulk of his career in Colorado with the Rockies from 2012 to 2018. And then signed a deal with the Yankees before the 2019 season started. And found himself a starting position. LeMahieu was initially signed to be a utility player, just to play anywhere and give players a day off when they needed it. But after some injuries, or many injuries to the Yankees last season, LeMahieu found himself starting consistently at second base and first base. But now with Voit back and Torres shifting over to shortstop, and Andujar and Urshela consistently playing third base, LeMahieu has himself solidified at second base, and so far he's performing at a consistent level enough to keep his second base job earned. That was struck to center field, but Byron Buxton was able to run it down. That ends the top of the second inning. Odorizzi threw several pitches. The Yankees got no runs on one hit. Or no runs on... Anyway, we'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-1, the Yankees lead it. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Twins to begin the bottom of the second inning. Okay, now I thought about it. It's no runs on one hit for the Yankees. There was one walk in the inning and one runner left on. I forgot that Gardner walked for a second there. But you're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name's Nicholas Callis. 3 guaranteed games every day on this network, so you can follow your favorite team. We also have results and standings updates at the end of every day, where we recap all the games that were played on a given day. We update you on standings and league leaders as well, so you can stay in the know and play a little pretend with us while real baseball isn't around. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Eddie Rosario. That's down low, counts 3-1. The Yankees got 2 runs in the first inning after DJ LeMahieu reached on an error, and then Aaron Judge hit a 2-run home run. The Twins got a run right back when Max Kepler led off the bottom of the first with a solo home run. The Yankees didn't score on the top of the second, and Garrett Cole just walked Eddie Rosario to lead off the bottom of the second inning. So nobody out, runner on first. Here comes Miguel Sano. Put up decent numbers this season so far. 279 average, 572 slugging percentage, and a 935 OPS. With the acquisition of Josh Donaldson, Sano has moved from third base to first base. Was more of a defensive liability at third base when he played there, but first base allows him to be more comfortable. It's a position that's a bit easier to play. Although I have heard the argument that first baseman or playing first base isn't a hard position to play, and I will not stand by that comment. That is certainly not true. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Miguel Sano. Eddie Rosario on first. Here's the pitch from Garrett Cole. Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball. That's out number 1. Cole with his first strikeout of the game. Cole already adding to his American League lead in strikeouts. He's up to 128 now, but he led the league entering play. Now here's Luis Arias, 309 hitter with 3 home runs and 28 RBIs. Entering play. Araya is one of a few hitters in this Twins lineup that's game is not centered around power. He's a consistent contact hitter, doesn't hit too many home runs. But him getting on base helps out the Twins and helps set up the power hitters in the order to hit home runs. It's really Arias and Byron Buxton who don't have a power-centered game. But everybody else in the lineup is a consistent home run hitter. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch on the ground and foul. The count is even 2-2. Luis Arias was responsible for one of the 2 Yankees runs scoring in the top of the first inning. He made an error that allowed DJ LeMahieu to reach, and then Aaron Judge hit a 2-run home run.
I got 3-2.
Counts full 3-2. Alex Avila's on deck. Arias made 2 errors in that first inning. Batting for the first time against Cole, and he strikes out. 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Cole with 2 strikeouts now. Both coming in this inning.
The catcher, Alex Avila.
So with 2 outs, Alex Avila will come to the plate. Avila, a .255 hitter with 2 home runs and 14 RBIs. He's also on a 9-game hitting streak, with the opportunity to extend that in this game. Avila, a former Detroit Tiger. He's also played for a few other teams in recent years.
I got to count 0-2.
Counts no balls and 2 strikes, but Avila was the catcher of the Detroit Tigers teams that were good from 2010 to 2014. On the ground right side, that's through for a base hit. Well, Judge with a strong arm, so Rosario doesn't think about advancing any further than second base. And Avila's on first, and his hitting streak's now at 10 games. See where this pitch was. Looked like it was toward the outside part of the plate, and he rolled over it, but hit it through that gap between first and second base. So now 2 runners on, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Here's Byron Buxton, a .248 hitter with 5 home runs and 25 RBIs entering play. Rosario is on the American League leaderboard for stolen bases, which is his main game.
Nope, that's a ball. 0-1, no strike.
He's 5th best with 12 in stolen bases. Buxton not much of a power threat, not a consistent hitter either. But the main reason he's in the lineup is because he's a stolen base threat when he gets on. And he also covers a large amount of range out in center field. Chases that pitch, counts 1-2. Cole throwing 99. He's been between 97 to 99 miles per hour in the first 2 innings he's pitched. That's well too far in the dirt, and it gets away from Sanchez. So Rosario advances to third, and Avila advances to second. That'll be scored a wild pitch. So both runners in scoring position now, and the tying run stands at third base. Still early in this game, but a close game that has shown some offense. Counts full 3-2, and top of the order due up next, Max Kepler, who took Cole deep in his first bat. Too far outside, that's ball 4. The bases are now loaded.
Up next to Minnesota.
And the first 6 hitters in the Twins lineup are home run threats. So not a good situation for Cole to be in, and the batter coming to the plate now took Cole deep back in the first inning. Kepler has 19 home runs now this season after going deep in his first at bat. And he hits that pitch well out to right field. Judge running back. That ball is gone! That's a grand slam home run for Max Kepler. His 20th home run of the season. He's bitten cold twice in this game, and the Twins have the lead. It's 5-2. That was a line drive, and Judge was trying to track it, but he looked back for a second and realized he ran out of room. It's a 5-2 Twins lead. Now here's Jorge Polanco, who fouls that first pitch off. Counts 0-1. Polanco, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. 297 hitter after that first at bat. Here comes the 0-1. Too high, counts even 1-1. While the Yankees were a feared team coming into this season, the Twins have been one of the most feared teams by way of how many games that they've won. In May, out of 29 games, the Twins lost 5. As that pitch is hit well to right field, Judge running back toward the wall. That ball is gone. Back-to-back home runs off Garrett Cole for the Twins. It's a 4-run lead in the bottom of the second. And the Twins as a team continue to pile on to their major league leading home run total. That's the 3rd home run of the game for the Twins. Two home runs for Max Kepler and Jorge Polanco with his first of the game, 345 feet out to right field. Now here's Nelson Cruz, and the hitters don't get easier from here.
The designated hitter, Nelson.
The top of the order. Both hitters just took cold deep. Now the middle of the order coming up, and Nelson Cruz toward the top of the AL leaderboard in home runs. He went 0 for 1 in his first at bat. Now facing Cole for the second time, and Cole getting upwards now with 50 pitches on his pitch count. Counts 1-2. But the Twins lost 5 games in the month of May. That allowed them to pass the White Sox for first place. The Twins have been in first ever since. They were also the first team to 50 wins. But in the month of June, the Twins have lost 4 games. They've been doing very well. They have the best record in Major League Baseball, and it's just because they've gotten hot. They haven't hit a cold streak yet. Seems like they never will, especially after this game. They've gotten to Garrett Cole early. 5 runs in the inning. And after 2 full innings, the Twins now have the lead at 6-2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the 3rd inning coming around. 2, 3, 4 hitters do it for the Yankees. Aaron Judge, Gleyber Torres, and Giancarlo Stanton. Judge 1 for 1. He hit a solo home run in the first inning. Or excuse me, not a solo home run, a 2-run home run. DJ LeMahieu was on base, as that's rocked foul. The count's 1-1. Jake Odorizzi's given up just 1 earned run out of the 2 that scored. DJ LeMahieu, before Judge hit the home run, reached on an error. 2-ball, 1-strike count on Aaron Judge. Ooh, that was left up in the zone, but that's fouled off. The count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Responding to the Truth 1, 2, 3, we will keep doing this. We're taking this to the end of the season, and we're also going to cover the postseason, so don't you worry about that. And along with the regular season and the postseason, we're covering the All-Star Game and the Home Run Derby, too. And there will be announcements about who the starters are for that and who the Home Run Derby participants are, so we got you covered here. We're not getting rid of this, even if real baseball comes back. Just to give you an idea of what a full season would look like, not a shortened one. But Aaron Judge walks to lead off the 3rd inning. And Gleyber Torres is coming up to the plate. Yeah, we're doing both the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game. And I will personally be covering both those games, not just Matt Vasgersian, Mark DeRosa, and Dan Plesac fill in. I'll be calling both the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, and I'll be giving an announcement on who's starting and who's participating in the Home Run Derby. 1 ball, no strike count on the shortstop. Gleyber Torres, who's 0 for 1 against Odorizzi. The Twins just took the lead in the second inning.
Ball that time.
In the first and second inning, the Yankees scored in the first, got shut out in the second. The Twins have scored in both the first and second innings of this game, and it's already a large score, and we're just in the third. Both Odorizzi and Cole have struggled, but Cole struggled just a bit more. That's out to right field. Max Kepler makes the catch, and Judge will go back to first. That's out number 1. And with that, here are the wins leaders in the American League. There's the leaderboard. Kenta Maeda, the teammate of Odorizzi, has the most, but Odorizzi tied with Hyunjin Ryu for the number 2 spot on the list. They each have 8 wins. So Giancarlo Stanton up to the plate now. He's 0 for 1 against Odorizzi. Takes inside, counts 1-0. Garrett Cole got 2 strikes on Byron Buxton with runners on second and third. But then Cole ended up walking Byron Buxton. That brought Max Kepler to the plate, and Kepler hit a grand slam home run. They made it 5-2, and Jorge Polanco followed that with a solo home run. That made it 6-2. So now the Yankees trailing by 4 early on. The Yankees got both their runs in the first inning. DJ LeMahieu reached on an error, and Aaron Judge hit a 2-run home run. The Twins have 3 home runs as a team in this game. They already came into this game leading all of baseball in team home runs. And Stanton chases that breaking ball. That's out number 2. Jake Odorizzi now with 3 strikeouts. Jake Odorizzi entered this game with the 5th most strikeouts among American League pitchers. And he has 3 in this game. Garrett Cole is the American League leader, but he struggled more in the runs department. He's given up more runs than Odorizzi. Odorizzi 1 earned run out of the 2 that he's given up total. All 6 of the Twins' runs are earned runs on Garrett Cole's scoreline. One ball, no strike pitch coming to the Yankees catcher. Counts 1-1. Also, just to clarify with Eric Letford and the Truth 123, this isn't going to be captains. Nobody's picking the home run derby participants. So I think the game does it. Whoever has the most home runs will represent. So it's a valid question, but yeah, I think that's how it goes, but I'm not too sure how the game does that, so I'm just going to announce whoever is on the list. That is the plan. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Gary Sanchez, and he fouls that pitch off. The count's still 1-2. Odorizzi's passed 60 pitches on his pitch count. And he gets another strikeout there. Gary Sanchez chases the high fastball. That's 4 strikeouts now for Odorizzi. And that one ends at the top of the 3rd inning. The Yankees got a base runner but failed to score after 2.5 innings. It's the Twins 6 and the Yankees 2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. And we're coming into the bottom of the 3rd inning now, but as Heidi Watney moves her lips again without speaking, I'll just remind you that we have a Twitter page as well, so you can follow at Virtual MLB to give you news on the league that might be important. in following your favorite team, but we do a results and standings update every day that's also posted on YouTube, where you can go and check out the results of every game played on a given day. You can also check out standings on that video, and you can check out the league leaders in many categories. But check out the Twitter page at VirtualMLB. Also, if you want notifications on when we go live and when we upload videos to the YouTube channel, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. MLB Virtual Network is the name. But I'm Nicholas Callis calling this one for you. This isn't pre-recorded commentary. This is live, so if you want to join the live chat, start discussions with other people who are watching the video as well, or you want to start a discussion with me, you can go ahead and ask questions about the league, about real baseball in general, about the two teams, and I'll answer as best as I can. That's a swing and a miss by Josh Donaldson. Chased that breaking ball down low. And Cole with 4 strikeouts now.
The left fielder, number 20.
And that's how the bottom of the third opens up. And Eric Ledford, I'll second that comment. Yeah, Cole likely to get to 300 strikeouts if he stays healthy. That's just the thing about him moving from Pittsburgh to Houston at first was the Pirates were trying to do a one style of pitching, a one philosophy of pitching will fit everybody. And that didn't allow players or some pitchers to blossom. Garrett Cole was one of them. I think Tyler Glasnow was another one. But that's why when Cole got traded to Houston and the pitching managers or the pitching staff, pitching coaches, allowed him to do his own thing and pitch his own game. That's where a lot of the strikeouts came in. And he did give up some home runs. He struggled with that, but at the same time, with as many home runs as he's given up, he gave up twice as many, or he struck out twice as many more hitters. And that made him an efficient pitcher. That made him excel. Not to just an established starter who's quality, but he started himself into one of the best starters in all of Major League Baseball and got paid like it. Oh my gosh! If that stays fair, that ball is gone. And it does stay fair. Holy smokes, that ball was crushed by Eddie Rosario. That was home run number 16 on the season for him. And the Twins extend their lead. It is 7-2. We're still in the first third of this game. It's the bottom of the third inning. That's the 4th home run hit by a member of the Twins in this game. All of them were hit off Garrett Cole. And Aaron Boone already coming out of the dugout. And Twins fans loving this. Garrett Cole is done. He doesn't pitch out of the third inning. Gives up 7 earned runs. He's in line for the loss. And not a good look for the Yankees as their ace fails in his start.
Now pitching for the Yankees, number 85, Luis Sessa.
Now here's Luis Sessa. He's coming out of the bullpen and he'll pitch for the Yankees. He's their long relief pitcher. Franklin Perez used to be the long relief pitcher with Sessa, but Perez got sent down when James Paxton got healthy. So now Sessa manages those duties, and this is one of those situations where he has to pitch. Now that's line to left. The first pitch Sessa threw is gone. I mean, you don't believe it until you see it. Again, we knew coming into this game that both of these teams were good at hitting home runs and good at producing runs, but the Twins taking this to another level. That's the 5th team home run by the Twins in this game, and they already entered this game with the most home runs in Major League Baseball as a team. Second deck shot. Well, while we're talking about the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, I'm certain that we're going to see several Twins occupying those spots, both in the Home Run Derby and in the starting lineup for the All-Star Game. Luis Arias just singled. A little flare out to left field.
Avila.
Tough inning for the Yankees. And it's still not over yet. Now Alex Avila is up to the plate. I think almost every hitter, if not every hitter for the Twins, has reached base at least once to this point.
2-0.
I think Josh Donaldson's the only player out of all the starters in the lineup who hasn't reached base yet. Two ball, one strike count. It's a swing and a miss, and the count's even 2-2. Yeah, the Yankees usually beat the Twins. The Twins, though, they bolstered their pitching staff, which has helped. Odorizzi's having a good season. Cole's been struggling this year with the Yankees, though he has the most strikeouts in the American League. He has a tendency to give up several home runs. And the Twins are a team that thrive on hitting long balls. This is the game where Cole didn't have his stuff. The Yankees also beat the Twins yesterday. This is game 2 of a 4-game series. And yeah, the Yankees beat them in playoffs last year, but I think part of the reason that the Twins are having so much success this year is that their pitching staff has gotten some help. They have Rich Hill in the rotation now. Kenta Maeda was an acquisition, and he's exceeded expectations starting this year. Jake Odorizzi's having a great season. Homer Bailey's in the rotation now. And their bullpen also has some elite pitchers in there as well. Yeah, not 13 times in a row. Yeah, when did that start? Wasn't that 2002? That streak starts from 2002. Then the Twins got swept in 2009. They lost in the 2017 wild card game, and then they got swept last season. Yeah, it's been a while, though. I think that stretches back to 2002, though, the 2002 Division Series. 2002, 2009, 2017, and 2019. Buxton out to left field. Stanton seems to have a play. He makes it. Well, a great inning if you're rooting for the Twins. 8-2 is the score. A couple of home runs hit in that inning as well. We'll go to the 4th. It's a 6-run Twins lead. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the 4th inning coming up. The Yankees sending their 6, 7, 8 hitters to the plate. And Duhar, Voit, and Gardner. And you can't quite count the Yankees out yet. They're a team that produces runs as well, but the Twins have exposed the Yankees pitching in this game. They have a large hill to climb. Still 5 innings after this yet to play. But after that first inning, Odorizzi settled down. And he's been throwing well. But even though he's been throwing well, there's already bullpen action for the Twins because Odorizzi's pitch count is rather high. But Scott Alexander, a left-hander throwing, as well as Fernando Romero.
Ball 2.
What a game this has turned out to be.
2-1.
Target Field was buzzing when Aaron Boone came out and took Cole out of the game.
Nope, that's foul.
That's what makes this even more impressive for the Twins. The Twins got to Garrett Cole. Cole gave up 7 earned runs in his start. Luis Cessa was responsible for the 8th run. He gave up a home run to Miguel Sano on the first pitch he threw in the game. Three ball, 2 strike count on Miguel Andujar. Base is empty, nobody out. Soft line drive into right field. That'll fall. And Kepler will get it in. Miguel Andujar gets a leadoff single for the Yankees to start the 4th inning. And with that, they're the hits leaders entering play, but Miguel Andujar has the lead now over Miguel Cabrera. That was his 107th hit of the season. It's either DJ LeMahieu, Andujar's teammate, also on that list. Third best with 103. Luke Voigt struck out in the second inning. Here he comes to the plate, facing Odorizzi for the second time. That's fouled off, the count 0-1. Yeah, that might be a true statement. Eric Letford, the Yankees are the New England Patriots of the MLB. And see, I never got that analogy because I know that the Yankees had quite a dynasty in the late 90s. And with all the championships they have throughout their history, it's easy to see that from the numbers perspective. But growing up and having the Yankees not win a World Series in a whole decade, or not even make it to the World Series in a whole decade, that perspective has kind of been tilted now because the Yankees made history in 2013 and 14 because that was the first time they didn't make playoffs in back-to-back years since 92 and 93. And so I wasn't around too much for the Yankees dynasty of the 90s, but I can see where people see that coming from because they already have the most World Series championships and they had a dynasty in the late 90s where they won in 96, 8, 9, 2000, so 4 years. And they won in 2009. 3-ball, 2-strike count on Luke Voigt. Ooh, upstairs. That was in the zone, though, according to our strike zone on the screen. Odorizzi now with 5 strikeouts. And Luke Voigt, a victim of 2 of those. So now here comes Brett Gardner to the plate. Gardner, no official at bat. He walked in his first plate appearance. That pitch misses outside. The count's 1-0. Yeah, George Steinbrenner, the boss. I've seen interviews that had George Steinbrenner on and featured, and it was so crazy what his mentality was. As Kepler makes the play, that's out number 2. But he would apparently talk to players, and if they weren't doing well or if they wanted to play for the Yankees, I mean, he would be there and he'd be like, hey, you know, we're putting together a winning ball club. And if you're not about winning, if you're not about being your best self, if you're not about having or putting on a good face and presenting yourself as a good person, then you're not going to play for the team. But at the same time, while he expected greatness and while he only hired great people, he also spent a significant amount of money. But it's such an interesting mentality when you see some owners in baseball now wanting to save money so much. But Steinbrenner was invested not only in players by their numbers, but he wanted them to have a good character as well.
Now back, second base.
Gio Urshela on base. That's his second hit of the game. One of the bright spots so far in the Yankees offense. He's 2 for 2. So runners on first and third with 2 outs. And DJ LeMahieu's up to the plate. LeMahieu reached on an error in his first at bat, 0 for 2 officially. He's also lined out. That's line foul. The count's 0-2. LeMahieu, a 2018 Gold Glove Award winner with the Colorado Rockies. Didn't play enough at any one position with the Yankees to be a Gold Glove candidate last season, but perhaps he can be again this year now that he's been consistently starting at second base. This is the most trouble that Odorizzi's been in since back in the first inning. Couple runners on, 1-2 count, and LeMahieu fouls that pitch off. One-two pitch. Just a bit inside. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Yankees second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. Out toward right field, Kepler seems to have a play. He runs it down. And that ends the top of the 4th inning. So the Yankees get runners on the corners, but fail to score in the top of the 4th inning. On to the bottom of the 4th, it's the Twins 8 and the Yankees 2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Top of the order coming up for the Twins, Max Kepler, Jorge Polanco, and Nelson Cruz. Max Kepler hit a couple home runs off Garrett Cole, now up for his 3rd at bat in 4 innings. Also, it is true, every Yankee must have a clean haircut, a manageable haircut, nothing long or loose. And it's in their contract that they have to shave before every game, so there cannot be any bit of facial hair or any beard. It's not facial hair. Players can have mustaches, but the beard is what you can't have. Number one, Steinbrenner wanted to make sure his players were clean and that they looked nice. And number two, the idea of having playoff beards and having superstitions that beards were the reason why players did well didn't sit well with him. And he wanted to destroy that mentality right away for his team. He's a very interesting man. So Seiso works around Max Kepler. Doesn't pitch to him in that at bat, so he reaches base on a walk. So leadoff batter gets on base. Now here's Jorge Polanco, who's 1 for 2. He had a solo home run in his last at bat. Polanco, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. And back to the facial hair conversation. Yes, Don Mattingly used to have a mustache. Jason Giambi, toward the later years with the Yankees, also had a mustache. And Brett Gardner tried one out in 2016, and if you want my honest opinion, it didn't look great. But he still tried one. Ground ball right side. LeMahieu, Torres, back to Voit, but not in time. Kepler out at second, but Polanco beats out the back end. So he reaches safely on what is scored a fielder's choice. Pretty acrobatic play there by LeMahieu. Had to field the ball, then spin around, make an accurate throw. So 1 out, Polanco on first. Now here's Nelson Cruz, who's 0 for 2. Cruz has the most RBIs on the Twins with 62. So the two players that typically produce runs in this lineup are those who haven't reached base in this game yet. I know I mentioned Donaldson before, but I didn't realize Nelson Cruz also hadn't reached base. Runner goes from first. That's a strike. Sanchez's throw down. Tag by LeMahieu is late, and that's a stolen base for Jorge Polanco. Not a great jump, but LeMahieu had to pick that one out of the dirt, and when his glove came up, Polanco's hand slid in. 2-1 count on Cruz, and he fouls that pitch off. The count's even 2-2, but Nelson Cruz and Josh Donaldson, the only two to this point that have not reached base in the Twins starting lineup. 2-ball, 2-strike count. That's fouled off. The count's still even 2-2. In the dirt. The count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. 94 blown right by him. That's out number 2.
The third baseman, number 24. Donaldson.
So I know a home run hasn't been hit in a while, but going back to the Twins, who have hit 5 home runs in this game. The Twins led all of Major League Baseball last season and also set a single-season record for team home runs. They had over 500. But the 5 runs that the Twins have, the 5 home runs that the Twins have in this game, pushed them up to 145 now as a team. Max Kepler went deep twice. Jorge Polanco, Eddie Rosario, and Miguel Sano each at 1. Big reason why the Twins are up by 6 in this bottom of the 4th inning. The Yankees haven't scored since the first. The Twins put up runs in the first 3 innings. They haven't scored yet in this inning, and Cesa's a strike away from preventing the Twins from scoring in this half inning. That's fouled off. The count still even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cesa replaced Garrett Cole, who didn't pitch out of the 3rd inning. Cole gave up 7 earned runs in his start. Also gave up 4 of the 5 Twins home runs. The big home run, though, was the Max Kepler grand slam in the 2nd inning. Then Jorge Polanco followed that with a home run, made it back-to-back home runs, and it was 6-2 after the 2nd. The Twins hit 2 more home runs in the 3rd. It made it 8-2. So Donaldson reaches base. Now Cruz, the only player left in the Twins starting lineup that hasn't reached. But it's 1st and 2nd now with 2 outs and a mound visit by the Yankees now. Luis Cesa has struggled a bit since coming out of the bullpen. Gave up a home run on the first pitch he threw in the game. Got 2 outs in this inning, but a couple runners have reached base. Truck ground ball, Voit plays it. Runs to first. Out at first is Rosario, and that ends the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs for the Twins. First time they didn't score in this game in a single inning. And after 4 full innings, the Twins lead the Yankees 8-2. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. There's Heidi Watney. This game and all of our games are brought to you by MLB The Show 20. We like to sponsor them because we're using their content, but also we could not simulate games without the precision and the execution of MLB The Show and the specific game MLB The Show 20. So thanks for them for making such a great game. Scott Alexander comes out of the bullpen. He'll pitch for the Twins to start the top of the 5th inning. Alexander, a former member of the Los Angeles Dodgers, was acquired by the Twins, among a few players who got acquired for Mitch Garver from the Dodgers. That trade happened a little over a month ago. But Alexander has been doing well since pitching for the Twins, has a .483 ERA entering play. This is his 33rd appearance of the season. Aaron Judge is up to the plate now. Judge hit a home run and walked in 2 plate appearances. The home run he hit was a 2-run home run back in the 1st inning, the only runs that the Yankees have produced at this point in the game. That's a strike, counts 2-1. Well, the Metrodome was used for more than just baseball games, so it looked kind of bad, I would say, from a baseball perspective, because there were a row of seats in right field that always got stacked up whenever the baseball games were going on, or else they could get pulled out for another event. But it definitely wasn't a baseball-only type of field, and that's probably why it wasn't appealing to baseball fans, because while it had the dimensions and all that was required for a baseball field, it wasn't only meant for baseball, and therefore it doesn't give off that baseball kind of feel, and it's also inside. So baseball and other sports definitely more of an definitely a better atmosphere to have it outside. At least that's my opinion. But Judge just struck out. Now here's Gleyber Torres, 0 for 2. But Target Field, definitely more of a baseball atmosphere. It's outside. You can see some buildings out in right field. And you have natural dirt. Okay, that wasn't quite a good sentence. It's not, the dirt doesn't come up naturally, but there is dirt on the field. It's not all AstroTurf. It's a dirt field with artificial turf on the infield and outfield. But I can get on the idea, I can support the idea that it has a cleaner look and has a cleaner feel than the Triple H Metrodome did. Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome. I definitely love saying that. Herbert H. Humphrey, the Triple H metronome. Three ball, one strike pitch. That's ripped out to left field, and the Yankees have broken their scoreless streak. Holy mackerel. 416 feet, and that reached the double deck. 20 home runs for Torres now on the season, and the Yankees chip away slightly. It's now an 8-3 ball game. So among the two teams now, that's 7 home runs. The second one hit by the Yankees in this game. Yeah, that reached the second deck. Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton has struck out twice, but he's facing a new arm. Jake Odorizzi went 4 full innings and gave up 1 earned run. 1 ball, no strike count. And that was popular from the late 1960s up until 2000, where you had the multi-sport facilities. Oakland's Coliseum, Three Rivers Stadium, the Triple H Metrodome, among others that housed both football and baseball. It's kind of like those stadiums, too, that still hold, or those arenas that still hold basketball and hockey. Just seemed more convenient, and it seemed cool to have that kind of engineering in a stadium, but definitely became less popular coming into the 2000s. Giancarlo Stanton just struck out. He has the hat trick, and we're in the 5th inning still. Still a lot of baseball left to play. Here's Gary Sanchez, who's 0 for 2. Struck out once. So 1-0 count on him. The Yankees trailing by 5, though they got a run in this inning on a Gleyber Torres solo home run. The last time they scored was in the 1st inning on an Aaron Judge 2-run home run. The Twins, however, scored in innings 1 through 3. They got a solo home run by Max Kepler in the 1st. And they put up 5 runs in the 2nd inning thanks to a Max Kepler grand slam and a Jorge Polanco solo home run. Then in the 3rd inning, they got back-to-back home runs from Eddie Rosario and Miguel Sano. The Twins didn't score in the 4th inning, but neither did the Yankees, and the Yankees broke the scoreless streak that they had from the 1st inning in this 5th inning with the Gleyber Torres home run. That's fouled off. The count's still 2-2, and yes, that is true. Oakland's Coliseum was the last that held 2 sports. But I also heard some complaints about that stadium, too. It just seemed old, and it seemed like fans wanted it to be renovated because it was old and it felt unsafe. But I think it's cool that once upon a time there were multi-sport facilities like that, but I also understand that they were hard to manage, especially when both the Raiders and the A's were in season together. Gleyber Torres, with the top of the 5th inning ending, was the lone batter to score. In that top of the 5th inning, he hit a solo home run. After 4.5 innings, it's the Twins 8 and the Yankees 3. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up in the Twins order: Miguel Sano, Luis Arias, and Alex Avila. Luis Cessa back on the mound. He finished out the 3rd inning for Garrett Cole, who could not work out of the 3rd. He also pitched the 4th inning, and now he's pitching here in the 5th.
2 balls, no strikes.
Still in a long relief role in this game. Has given up 1 earned run so far in his outing. And it was to this guy, Miguel Sano, who had a solo home run. That was back in the 3rd inning. But Sano grounds out there. That's 1 quick out. Begin the bottom of the 5th. And with that, there's Garrett Cole's starting Or excuse me, that's Garrett Cole's line score from this game. Went 2 1/3 innings. Gave up 7 earned runs on 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 4 through 60 pitches, but struggled with that long ball, and those walks came back to bite him in the second inning. Walked a few batters, gave up a few hits, and then Max Kepler delivered the big blow with the grand slam. Line drive caught by DJ LeMahieu out at second. Here's out number 2.
Next for Minnesota, the catcher, Alex Avila.
So with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning, Alex Avila comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run. That was back in the second.
Count 1-0.
Avila, formerly caught for the Detroit Tigers, also caught for the Chicago White Sox for a brief period of time, as well as the Cubs and the Diamondbacks. Started this year on the bench, with Mitch Garver being the starting catcher. And the Twins needed a new backup because Jason Castro decided to sign with the Angels this offseason. But now Avila gets the opportunity to start because Mitch Garver is now a member of the Dodgers. He was sent there via the trade. Via a trade, not the trade.
I got to count 2-2.
Wasn't too much of a significant trade, although the Dodgers got a starting catcher that's been producing in the lineup as well because Will Smith got cold, and the Twins got a catcher and a few the Twins got a pitcher and a few prospects. Luis Cessa gets out of that inning quickly. No runs on no hits and nobody left on for the Twins. Moving to the 6th inning, it's the Twins 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now,
And the Yankees 3.
number 77.
Fernando Romero is coming into pitch now for the Twins. This is his 24th appearance of the season, and he also has an earned run average of .338.
Leading off with the Yankees,
He used to start regularly for the Twins when Homer Bailey got put on the injured list.
and Duhar.
But with all the starting pitchers healthy,
1, no strike.
Romero has been reverted to a long relief role. Counts 1 ball and no strikes. Miguel Andujar 1 for 2. Facing Romero for the first time in this game. Romero newly entered in out of the bullpen. Out to right center field. Buxton running for it, and he can't make the play. Andujar rounds second. He's going to try for third. Kepler to Arias, who throws it home to Avila. That's a leadoff triple for Miguel Andujar.
Now batting, the first baseman, Luis.
So the Yankees in prime position to score in the 6th. After this leadoff triple. Buxton almost had this ball. It just got out of his reach. Had a lot of hang time, too. That allowed Andujar to run and get all the way to third. He wasn't jogging. Started running out of the box, and that earns him a triple. So nobody out runner on third. Here's Luke Voigt, who struck out twice in his first 2 at-bats. Counts 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Check us out on Twitter as well, at Virtual MLB's the handle, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, MLB Virtual Network. That's a line drive to left field. Luke Voigt picks up an RBI with that single, his first hit of the game. And Andujar scores from third. It's now 8-4. The Yankees have cut the Twins' lead in half. I don't think we've covered a game yet this season with an inside-the-park home run. And to my knowledge, I haven't found any evidence of an inside-the-park home run. So short answer, no. But that other answer was the long answer. Now here's Brett Gardner. 1-0 count on him. He reached base once on a walk. One ball, no strike pitch. That's a strike, top of the zone. Counts even 1-1. Gardner, the longest tenured Yankee, made his debut in 2009. Was on the World Series roster when the Yankees won it all against the Phillies in 2009, and he's been a starting outfielder for them ever since. More often than not playing left field, but this season he's been playing center field regularly.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strike count on the Yankees center fielder. Luke Voigt on first base. That's a foul ball. I didn't see the umpires make a motion immediately, so I was confused as to what was going on, but it was ruled foul. Count still 1-2. Ground ball right side, Sano to Polanco. Back to Sano, that's a double play. Voit out at second and Gardner out at first.
Now that third base. Gio.
So we had a triple, then an RBI single. And this double play leaves the Yankees barren on the bases. So Gio Urshela will bat with 2 outs and nobody on base. Urshela is 2 for 2, had a couple singles. Comes into this at bat with a .279 average. Strike one taken. Urshela, the third baseman of the Yankees, former Cleveland Indian and Toronto Blue Jay. Entering his second season with the Yankees.
The count 1-1.
Was late on that fastball, just able to foul it off. And Romero now ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's outside. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch from Romero. Even count on Urshela, and he chases that breaking ball. And that's strike 3. That ends at the top of the 6th inning. The Yankees get a run after Miguel Andujar tripled and Luke Voit singled him home. The Yankees only got 1 run, and after 5.5 innings, it's the Twins 8 and the Yankees 4. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Twins in this half inning. Byron Buxton, Max Kepler, and Jorge Polanco.
1-0.
And this is Major League Baseball's virtual network. My name is Nicholas Callis. Covering this game and the Reds and Cardinals game that is scheduled to start at 8:15 Eastern Time. Don't forget our Twitter page as well. You can follow us on Twitter at VirtualMLB. You'll get news on the league, and every video we post to YouTube, we also post to Twitter. That ball's fouled off. But of the game we covered so far, the Cubs beat the Red Sox. 5-3 was the final score. That game was our 2:20 Eastern Time game here on the network.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
This is our second game, and the third game will be the Reds versus the Cardinals, an NL Central game that's scheduled to start again at 8:15 Eastern Time. But when you watch this network, you can expect 3 guaranteed games every day. We try to cover every Major League Baseball team at least once a week. Buxton grounds out to Sesa there.
The right fielder. Matt.
1 out, bottom of the 6th inning, and the top of the order coming back up for the Twins. It's Max Kepler. Kepler's 2 for 2. He hit a solo home run, and then this was a grand slam in the 2nd inning that gave the Twins the lead. So he's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, one of which was a grand slam. He also walked, facing Luis Sesa for the 2nd time. That was right over the middle. Counts 0-1. Career numbers: Kepler 1 for 5 off Sesa. They haven't faced each other too much. Sesa's never been a consistent arm out of the Yankees bullpen, but he does come in when a starter struggles, and that's what he's doing here. Garrett Cole pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 7 earned runs on 5 hits. Home runs and walks burned Cole in this game. Sesa responsible for 1 of the 8 runs that the Twins have scored. He gave up a home run to Miguel Sano. The Yankees have 2 home runs as a team this game. The Twins have 5. And Kepler responsible for 2 of them. Kepler also has 5 RBIs in this game. And the 2 home runs he hit today pushed them to the 20 home run plateau. That ball's foul. Count still 1-2 on Kepler, the right fielder of the Twins. Has a plus arm out and right, and also one of the many power bats this Twins team holds. Now that struck out to left field, just short of his third home run. Stanton able to run that one down, and the shift helped out the Yankees there. Stanton able to run that one down. Now with 2 outs, Jorge Polanco comes up to the plate. Polanco's lone hit in 3 at-bats was a solo home run back in the second inning. Gave the Twins a 6-2 lead. Now it's 8-4. Still a 4-run gap. The Yankees scored first in the first inning when Aaron Judge hit a 2-run home run. Then the Twins struck for 6 in the second inning. Or no, they struck for 5 in the second inning. A grand slam by Max Kepler and the solo home run by Jorge Polanco. The Twins put up 2 more runs in the third inning on back-to-back home runs. Hit by Eddie Rosario and Miguel Sano. And the Yankees got a run in the 5th on a Gleyber Torres solo home run. Then got a run in the 6th after Miguel Andujar tripled and Luke Voigt singled him home. And Jorge Polanco just beat the shift the Yankees had on, hit it against the shift. Stanton couldn't run it down. And then had so much hang time, Polanco was running straight out of the box. And he's on base with a 2-out double. Yeah, check this one out. It wasn't even a well-struck hit. It was just where nobody was. Now here's Nelson Cruz, who's 0 for 3. The only starter in the Twins lineup that hasn't reached base. He is 0 for 3. That's up high, counts 1-0. Nelson Cruz has played for a few playoff teams in his career. The Rangers, one of them. He's part of the Rangers team that went to the World Series in 2011. Also played for the Orioles team that won the AL East in 2014. That's fouled off the count 1-2. And played for the Twins team that won the division last season. That's fouled off. The count still 1-2 on Nelson Cruz. He's a pretty good defensive outfielder in his prime, but has been limited to DH duties ever since he signed with the Mariners in 2015, and that carried over to his time with the Twins. But the man can still hit. Sharp ground ball. LeMahieu able to flag it down, throws to Voigt. Cruz out at first. And that ends the 6th inning. So the Yankees work around the 2-out double hit by Jorge Polanco. The Twins fail to score in the 6th. Moving into the 7th inning, the Twins lead the Yankees 8-4.
Your attention, please.
You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Here is Sergio Romo as a 1.80 ERA, coming into his 16th appearance of the season. Sergio Romo, former relief pitcher of the San Francisco Giants, was a part of their World Series champion teams in 2010, 12, and 14. Has also spent time with the Tampa Bay Rays, the Miami Marlins, and entering another year with the Twins. Though he hasn't had too much of an impact, his veteran presence off the field is what is valuable. Still has a pretty nasty slider as well. Still has some good movement. Doesn't throw as hard as he used to. But he's a player the Twins find valuable, and he's still in their bullpen, and he makes appearances here and there. Two ball, one strike count on LeMahieu. That's fouled off the count, even 2-2. LeMahieu is 0 for 3. Two-two pitch. Strike 3 called at the top of the zone. LeMahieu not too happy with that. But Romo starts his outing out with a strikeout.
The right fielder, Aaron Judge.
So with one out, top of the 7th inning, here comes Aaron Judge. 1 for 2. He hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. He also reached base once on a walk. That's strike 2.
Count is 1 and 2.
Well, Romo hasn't come in too much. That's why they made Tyler Duffy the closer. But Rogers did get taken out of the closer spot. He's in AAA now. As Judge swings and misses. Romo with back-to-back strikeouts straight out of the bullpen.
Labor Torres.
So 2 outs, top of the 7th. Here's the shortstop of the Yankees, Gleyber Torres. Torres 1 for 3. He hit a solo home run in his last at-bat. It was the Yankees' 3rd run of the game. They're at 4 now. It's 8-4. The Twins lead it. The Twins scored their 8th run in the 3rd inning. They haven't scored since, and the Yankees have been chipping away, but it's still a rather large deficit.
Nope. That's inside.
Oh, one's outside. Counts even 1-1. One run, 1-1 pitch coming from Romo to Torres, and that's a strike. It's a 1-2 count on Gleyber Torres. Romo in position to strike out the side. Struck out LeMahieu and Judge. Now ahead in the count against Torres. That ball's foul. Count still 1-2. That was left over the middle of the plate, a hanging slider by Romo, but Torres was out in front of it, so it's just fouled off. So another 1-2 pitch coming. Too far outside, counts even now 2-2. So after 2 quick strikeouts by Romo, Torres extending this plate appearance a little bit longer. Swing and a miss, got him to chase. Sergio Romo struck out the side in order. That ends the top of the 7th inning. It's stretch time at Target Field, and the Twins are in the lead. It's 8-4.
Your attention, please.
New pitcher coming in for the Yankees. It's Jonathan Holder, making his 21st appearance of the season.
Jonathan.
Has a .381 earned run average in 26 innings pitched. He replaces Luis Cessa, the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Yankees. And the middle of the order due up for the Twins. Josh Donaldson, Eddie Rosario, and Miguel Sano. But you're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Twins leading at 8-4. Chad Green now warming up in the Yankees bullpen. Jonathan Holder just got put in. But don't forget, later on tonight, around 8:15 Eastern Time, the Reds and the Cardinals will be playing each other in an NL Central matchup. And tomorrow are 3 featured games of the day. The Braves are playing the Nationals at 1:10 Eastern Time. Then the Phillies and the Mets playing each other at 4:10 Eastern. And the Padres and Rockies playing each other at 7:10 Eastern Time.
Count 2-1.
There are 3 National League games, 2 from the NL East and 1 from the NL West. Ball's fouled off, counts even 2-2. Josh Donaldson, a former Oakland Athletic, Toronto Blue Jay, Cleveland Indian, and Atlanta Brave. Also a former American League Most Valuable Player. He was the MVP in 2015 with the Blue Jays, just a year after he got traded from the Athletics. Swing and a miss. Jonathan Holder gets the strikeout of Josh Donaldson.
The left fielder, number 20.
And Donaldson didn't look like he expected that pitch or His bat path was the problem. He swung under it. So 1 out. Nobody on base. Tommy Kahnle and Chad Green now warming up together. Rosario fouls that pitch off. Rosario at the plate, the number 5 hitter. 1 for 2 in this game. Hit a solo home run in the 3rd inning. He and Miguel Sano went back-to-back off 2 different pitchers. Rosario hit his home run off Garrett Cole, then Cole got taken out. Luis Cessa came into the game, and on the first pitch thrown by Cessa in his outing, Miguel Sano took it over the wall out in left field. Rosario behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got him to chase. Holder with back-to-back strikeouts out of the bullpen. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning.
Number 22, Miguel.
That was a breaking ball that moved inside. Looked like it was going to start over the inside edge, but then just broke further in. And Rosario got caught chasing. Now here's Miguel Sano. His only hit was a home run back in the 3rd inning. On the first pitch, he grounds it to Voit, who flips to Holder covering, and that ends the 7th inning. So the Twins turned away, no runs on no hits, and nobody left on base after 7 full innings. The Twins have an 8-4 lead over the Yankees.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis, and that's Corey Guerin making his 23rd appearance of the season. Has a 3.04 ERA and 23 2/3 innings pitched this season. And he'll face the middle of the Yankees order: Giancarlo Stanton, Gary Sanchez, and Miguel Andujar. The 3 scheduled to bat in this half inning. Corey Guerin, a younger pitcher on this Twins team. He formerly pitched for the Mariners and has been a part of a Twins bullpen that has done rather well this season. Ever since Taylor Rogers got taken out of the closer's role, the Twins have, as a team, gotten hotter, but their bullpen is a big reason for that. That's popped into the air out toward right center field. Max Kepler seems to have a play, and he makes the catch. So 1 out, top of the 8th inning.
now batting.
And with that, we'll take a look at this starter comparison. Garrett Cole went 2 innings. Jake Odorizzi didn't have a long start either. He went 4 innings, but Jake Odorizzi, 1 earned run given up as compared to Garrett Cole's 7 earned runs given up. Odorizzi's in line for the win and Cole's in line for the loss should this score hold up. But unless the Yankees can score another run, there won't be a save situation either. It's a simple decision in this one, and again, that's all pending a Yankees comeback. Trevor May and Tyler Clippard warming up in the Twins bullpen now, 2 right-handers. One ball, no strike pitch. That's hit well out to right center field. That's headed toward the wall. That ball is gone. So that's the 8th home run hit between both of these teams. That's the Yankees' 3rd and Sanchez's 17th of the season. And now it's a 3-run game, and there may be a save situation in this game after all coming up. Deep out to right center field, well struck by Sanchez. Makes it a 3-run game, and that is right. Yeah, sorry, Eric Ledford, you're right. 5 innings is required for a pitcher to throw to get a winning decision, and Odorizzi did not meet that amount. That's my apologies. So the win would... Let me figure out who the win would go to. Well, while I do that, here's Miguel Andujar. Counts 1-1. Andujar 2 for 3. He tripled in his last at bat. So the win would go to Scott Alexander if this score holds up. It's up and in. Counts 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That's strike two. Miguel Andujar, the designated hitter in this Yankees lineup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Chased it. Blocked by Avila. Keeps it in front of him. Avila throws to Sano. That completes the strikeout of Andujar. Now there are 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. So with that, Luke Voit will come up to the plate. Voit is 1 for 3. He had an RBI single in his last at-bat. After the Andujar triple, he singled home Andujar. Gave the Yankees their 4th run of the game. There's a run in for the Yankees this inning. Gary Sanchez hit a solo home run. They made it 8-5. Hit that home run off Corey Guerin. The Yankees closer, but still down 3. That struck well. He hit it against the shift, and that's into the gap. At 1 hops the wall. Voit trying for second base. Kepler's throw in is cut off by Arias and relayed in to Sano covering second. But Voit's safe at second base with a 2-out double. If the Yankees could cash in another run in this half inning, this game could get interesting. So now here's Brett Gardner. Reached base once on a walk, but he's 0 for 2 in 2 official at-bats. Luke Voit in scoring position at second base.
Ball 1, no strike.
The Yankees have been staying in this game despite giving up many runs early. Gardner also a 192 hitter with runners in scoring position this season. He's never been known to come through in the clutch. He's always been a bat to a ball type of hitter. Get the bat to the ball type of hitter. Two ball, no strike count. That's ripped foul. The count's 2-1. Gardner, a lifetime Yankee. Hit free agency this past offseason, but the Yankees re-signed him.
Yep, that ball went out.
Counts 3-1. That's fouled off. The count's full 3-2. Gio Urshela is on deck. Urshela has a couple hits in this game. And Urshela on deck right now represents the tying run. That struck well out to left field. Rosario running after it, and he makes the catch. Rosario able to run down that fly ball. That ends the top of the 8th inning, but the Yankees get another run. Gary Sanchez hit this solo home run that made it 8-5, and it is still 8-5 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Bottom of the order due up for the Twins in this half inning. Luis Arias, Alex Avila, and Byron Buxton. Arias 1 for 3. He had a single earlier on.
Outside, that's the ball.
Jonathan Holder still on the mound, pitching in his 2nd inning of work now. Pitched the complete 7th inning. Got 3 straight outs. Torres, backhanded play, throws to Voit. That's out number 1.
Now batting, catcher, Alex.
Alex Avila coming up to the plate now with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, and the base is empty. Avila is 1 for 3. Just a single to his credit so far.
Yeah. 0-1.
No ball, 1 strike count coming from Jonathan Holder. And Avila swings. That's a high fly ball out to right center field. Gardner runs out of room. That's a home run. And Avila joins the home run party. That's Avila's third home run of the season. That's the 8th home run. Or no, that's the 9th home run hit between both these teams. That's home run number 6 in the game by the Twins. Second deck out to right center field. First earned run given up by Jonathan Holder. That's the first run the Twins have scored since the 3rd inning. And now Byron Buxton gets himself a knock. He's also 5th best in stolen bases in the American League, so he's a danger when he's on the base paths.
Now that the right fielder, Matt.
And if you're not keeping track, the Twins now have 146 home runs as a team this season, which is still Major League Baseball's best. The Yankees, with their 3 home runs in the game, have 132 total as a team. They're still second best in all of Major League Baseball. Runner goes. That's high and inside, and Buxton has that base stolen easily. Byron Buxton has his 13th stolen base of the season, and he's one behind Whit Merrifield, Malik Smith, and D. Gordon for being second on the leaderboard in the American League. Kepler on the ground, Holder outruns Kepler to first base. That's out number 2. Meanwhile, Byron Buxton advances from second to third on the play.
Now batting, shortstop, Jorge.
So with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th and a runner on third base, Jorge Polanco comes up to the plate. Polanco's 2 for 4. He had a double and a home run in this one. His home run was hit back in the 2nd inning, and that's a sharp ground ball to Luke Voigt, who steps on first base himself. That ends the inning. Byron Buxton does not score on that play. But Alex Avila gives the Twins an insurance run with this solo home run number 6 by a Twin on the night. And as we go to the 9th inning, last chance for the Yankees. They're down by 4 runs. Here's Trevor May coming out of the bullpen to pitch in his 18th appearance of the season. He has a .350 earned run average in 18 innings on the mound this year. 9-1-2 hitters do it for the Yankees in this half inning. Gio Urshela, DJ LeMahieu, and Aaron Judge. That's strike 1 from Trevor May. This is not a safe situation for Trevor May. That's thanks to Alex Avila, who hit the solo home run to make it a 4-run gap. And in order for this to be a safe situation, the Yankees would have to bring it back within 3.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Nothing in 2 count on Urshela, the third baseman of the Yankees, who's 2 for 3 in this game, has a couple singles. Swing and a miss. Trevor May begins the 9th inning and his first inning out of the bullpen with a strikeout.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Looked like it had some late movement on it. Was tailing away from the plate. Started as if it were going to cross the outside edge, but moved its way outside. So 1 out, top of the 9th. Here is DJ LeMahieu, 0 for 4 out of the leadoff spot in the Yankees order. That's hurt his average. Batting average now down to .326. It's outside, counts 1-1. LeMahieu's average entering play was .330, so it dropped 4 points. And has the potential to drop more if he can't get a hit here.
Ball 2.
2-ball, 1-strike count on LeMahieu. Here's the pitch from Trevor May.
Ball 3.
Too high, counts 3-1.
Count 3-1.
Aaron Judge is on deck for the Yankees. It's a hitter's count on LeMahieu.
3-2.
Up and in fastball, swung over and missed. Counts run full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Got him to chase upstairs. Back-to-back strikeouts for Trevor May. There are 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Yankees have 1 out to work with. And Aaron Judge steps up to the plate. Judge is 1 for 3. His only hit of the game was a 2-run home run back in inning number 1. Hasn't done much else to support the Yankees. Nothing in 1 pitch. That's strike 2. The Yankees with 1 strike to work with. Oh, 2 pitch. Sharp ground ball through the infield. That's a base hit. Gets past Arias, and Aaron Judge extends this game a bit more with that single. And the heart of the Yankees orders coming up. Gleyber Torres to bat next, but let's watch this single again. Even though that was hit up the middle, it went past the Twins' shift. We're expecting him to pull the ball, but he hit it right back up the middle. So now Torres up to bat, 1 for 4 in the game. He hit a solo home run back in inning number 5. He's hit well in May, and his average is up to 242 now. It was down in the 220s last month. 1 ball, 1 strike count on the Yankees shortstop. That's fouled off, and again the Yankees with 1 strike to work with. Trevor May struck out Urshela and LeMahieu, then gave up a single to Aaron Judge. Now 1-2 count on Torres. That pitch is fouled off. The count's still 1-2. That one's fouled off. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. And another 1-2 pitch coming. Chopped on the ground left side. Donaldson barehands it. Throws to Sano, but he can't pick it out of the dirt. That's the Twins' 3rd error as a team of the game. Donaldson hit with an error on this play. Tried to rush the throw. You see there he had more time than I think he expected. That's why he got hit with an error. Because he had time to make a more accurate throw. So 2 outs, 2 runners on. Trevor May out of the game, and Tyler Duffy coming in. Tyler Duffy's in the closer's role now for the Twins. This isn't a save situation yet. But Duffy coming in to just close the door. Just to get the final out and give the Twins a win, but nothing guaranteed now with the dangerous part of the order coming up. Giancarlo Stanton is up now. Gary Sanchez is on deck, and Miguel Andujar in the hole. And the tying run for the Yankees is in the on-deck circle now. That's fouled off, the count 0-1. Yeah, I'll do the Cardinals-Reds game as well. Don't see why not. That should be a good game as well. Just got to eat some dinner, too. Haven't eaten dinner yet. My mom made hamburgers tonight. So I'll be having a quick meal, and then I'll be putting on that game. Again, Cardinals and Reds scheduled to start around 8:15 Eastern Time.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Counts 1-2 on Giancarlo Stanton. Duffy got ahead early. Now in command of this plate appearance. Yankees again down to their final strike. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missed outside. Good discipline by Stanton. The fans wanted that call. But it's an even count, 2-2. That's ripped out to right center field. Kepler will play it off the wall. Judge comes in to score from second. Torres stops at third. And Stanton's aboard at second with an RBI double. And the Yankees now have some new hope. Gary Sanchez represents the tying run, and he's coming up to the plate. He homered last inning.
1-0.
Both runners on base in scoring position. Torres on third, Stanton on second. Swing and a miss, the count's even 1-1. The Yankees, 3 times now with 3 different batters, had gotten down to their final strike. But each of those 3 batters found a way to get on base. Urshela and LeMahieu struck out to open up this inning. Then Judge reached, Torres reached, Stanton hit a double that scored Judge. Now 2 runners in scoring position, and Sanchez fouls that pitch off, and again the Yankees with 1 strike to work with. It's a 2-2 count. Tyler Duffy now in a save situation. Chased it, that's strike 3. And a 9th inning that created more tension than I'm sure the Twins wanted, but the Twins still escape with a victory, 9-6, the final score. This was game 2 of a 4-game series, and the series now split at a game apiece. The Yankees won yesterday, but the Twins won this game today. So the Twins already had the best record in Major League Baseball, but they extend that. 54-23 is their record. They're still at the top of the AL Central. There's no doubt about that. The Yankees fall to 45-31. And then the Yankees will still be in first place. After this game today, the Blue Jays now have an opportunity to gain a game on the Yankees if they can win. But very simply, both these teams had the home run ball working. The Twins hit 6 home runs as a team. The Yankees hit 3 home runs as a team. Odorizzi and Cole, though they've pitched well throughout this year, they did not pitch well in their starts. And this one today, Garrett Cole especially, who gave up 7 earned runs in 2 1/3 innings, he got the loss. Scott Alexander pitched in the 5th inning, and since Jake Odorizzi didn't pitch 5 full innings, he did not qualify for the win, so Alexander credited with the win in this game. And Tyler Duffy gave up a run, though it wasn't his run recorded. Trevor May gave up a run, but Tyler Duffy came in, and though giving up a hit, which resulted in a run, he still earned the save because the game got within 3 runs. But the Twins win this one. The Yankees 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors. The Twins 9 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. My name is Nicholas Callis. Don't forget, coming up around 8:15 Eastern Time, it'll be an NL Central matchup played between the Reds and the Cardinals. I'll be on the call for that game as well, so you can look forward to that. And don't forget, we have 3 guaranteed games always here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. If you want more news on the league and the network, you can follow us on Twitter at VirtualMLB is the handle, and also consider subscribing to the YouTube channel for notifications on when we go live and when we upload videos. The name of our channel is MLB Virtual Network. But again, I'm Nicholas Callis saying so long from Target Field. I'll see you at Busch Stadium in about a half hour or so with the final score of this game once again, the Minnesota Twins 9 and the New York Yankees 6.